Second game of the evening.
Yes, we are. Let's get on with that, shall we?
Yep.
So let's have a look and see what we have coming out there. We have the brilliant Thomas High.
I like how you start with the word brilliant, bearing in mind he was my teammate at the weekend.
He was. We'll go into that in a little bit, actually.
So
we have your teammate, Mr. Thomas High versus Sam Scott.
And it's also weird that Sam, we know him a lot for his, if I remember correctly, we know him a lot for his defenders and...
No, we know him a lot for his bombers.
Oh, bombers. Sorry, my apologies. He likes using... Tomax Bren?
Tomax Bren. And surprise, surprise, Tomax Bren is actually in this list today.
Well, hey.
So it's no surprise to see that in there. He's one of Sam's favourite pilots to fly.
As somebody who doesn't play Imperial, it's just like, I love Tomax. Crackshot Tomax is just stupid.
Which is exactly what's being played. So let's switch over to the list right now so we can quickly show you, before this game gets underway, if I can find the controls. We're on point tonight. There we go.
Hey.
Lost the booth cam. Here we go. Loose list camera. There we go.
So this is Tom's list. Now, I love this because, as I was saying, we were teammates and we both love M9G8, but we're using it in two slightly different ways. So what we've got here is Nora, R2-D2, Expertise, Tail Gunner to reduce agility when firing out the rear right by 1. I love this ability.
Very nice.
An Alliance Overhaul for the extra attack out the front and the quick conversion out the rear. Shower Bay, who we obviously saw in the first game as well. M9G8, adaptability to move potentially up to 7, which I think is probably the best way to use it.
Agreed.
Ray to bank focuses across turn, and Alliance Overhaul to yet again get the modifications. So M9G8 allows you to reroll or force a reroll on 1 dice, and allow your target locks to be on a friendly ship as well.
Yes.
Jess Pava, who I love actually. Jess Pava is sort of underrated, I think.
Yeah, when attack on defending, you may reroll 1 of your dice for each other friendly ship at range 1. So there's 2 rerolls in there for attack and defense coming at Shara with Shara and Nora with her.
Yeah.
With R2 Astromech to make all the 1 and 2 turns green. And Hyperwave Com Scrambler, which is quite the card. Essentially, at setup, she can treat herself
as 0, 6, or 12. Probably makes sense to make her at 6 because then she hits the table the same stage as Shara.
Although, as Owen points out, Jess is not underrated in our local meta. In the overall meta, yes, not in the local meta.
No, because you're very much a big fan of that, Owen. I actually came up against you with your A-Wings and Jess, which we had on stream before. And it was very, very difficult to budge. I was playing my sort of usual Kane and Lebo, which actually brings me on to my next point. This is how I was going to reference you earlier, Owen, if you remember from our chat earlier. Because Owen's been doing some nice little alternative versions of cards recently. He's done some Green Squadron A-Wings, which I know has got you in a bit of a happy state.
I want those Green Squadron A-Wings.
And he also made one for Jess as well. He's also done me some very nice ones because of my love for Captain America and Ant-Man.
Show them to the camera.
So, for those who remember, I've got the wrong cards the wrong way around. So I've got Captain America for Lebo, which I just love that. It's obviously still artwork. And Ant-Man, I have to remember which way round this goes now, for Kanan. Very nicely way this has all been put round. I absolutely love these cards. And they're on thick plastic as well, so they're sort of durable. I love these. You just made me want to play this even more and more. Anyway, moving back to what we've got going on. So we've got... I do love what Tom's put together here. It's quite fun.
Well, let's have a look at what Sam's got as they're about to start. We have standard quick draw with Rage, Electronic Battle, and Special Ops training. Pretty bog standard.
Yep.
Nothing much to say here. Let's move on. Tomax Bren with cracked shot, extra munitions, homing missiles, and guidance ships. The homing missiles will definitely hurt, especially against anything with an evade token.
Or one agility ship. This will be crack shotted immediately.
Exactly. And finally, we've got a Vader shuttle. A Doom shuttle, but this time it's the Starkiller-based pilot.
It's not very often you see Darth Vader on the new shuttle. You normally see him on the old shuttle or the Decimator, really.
I completely agree. It's very unusual to see that.
It's nicer on the Decimator because it has a bit more health to play around with. But then... it's 12 hit points, and it's going to take 3 activations before you start dealing damage to hull to really make you vulnerable. It's still going to be interesting. Like I said, I do love Tomax Bren crack shot.
Yes.
In the old damage deck, it was kind of like a very much scary opposition because you could potentially draw that EPT and pilot skill ability crit, which would obviously nerf both Tomax's ability and crack shot in one go. But thankfully that was removed in the new damage deck. So I do love Tomax. I really do.
And as Owen points out, don't forget coordinate for shenanigans.
Yes, of course, because yet again we've got an Upsilon with the coordinate.
Although it's worth mentioning that it does move first, so he has to consider that. And I believe they're about to start setting up right now, so let us move over to the board as I quickly just try and get the last of the Imperial stuff up first. So, Starkiller Base Pilot. Alright, let's move across over. Boom, boom. So there they are. So there's the handshake, and we are on.
Not that I am biased in any way, shape or form. I do hope Tom wins this one.
Well, why don't you relay to the viewers the tale of Saturday?
Well, just to give you a little bit of intro about my and Tom's sort of partnership on this. Between us, we've only played one game of Epic between us, and that was myself some 2 years ago. I worked out early on today. 2 years, two Mays ago.
So why does that matter? Why is Epic being brought into this?
Well, because we had an Epic tournament.
Oh yeah, so we did.
A team Epic tournament on Saturday. So, like I said, obviously, between us we've had one game of experience. But it was sort of like one of those sort of fun things that we thought, oh, we'll give it a go. We'll put a hand to it. Because of Elliot's ruling, we had to have one epic ship between us, and we own one epic ship between us, and that is the Rebel transport that Tom owns. And so we sort of tried to build around it a little bit. So it sort of helped us and didn't help us in a way that the first round we got a first round bye because there was 5 teams in the tournament, which Hedge was part of. We'll get on to what happened later with you, Hedge. Don't worry. So yeah, me and Tom went together. We got obviously the first round bye. We then got paired against Wojtek and Robin, and we lost by about 40 points.
Yeah, because they were pounding it all day.
While at the same time, you had the bye game 2.
That is true. We did. I was playing with Chris Turner, who was supposed to be our other contestant tonight, but couldn't make it for other reasons.
Yeah. But I just realised when after the game went on, I realised why we got paired game 3.
What's that?
We both had a bye. And the top two, the last two were top 2. They both won 2 games.
That's true.
So there was no other way that the bye was going to go any other way.
That is true.
So the third team's with Fordham, and I can't remember who the other one was. I can't remember. But anyway, so they got a bye game 3 and went 2-1 overall. But me and Tom went up against Elliot and Chris. We both played Rebels.
Sorry to interrupt, David. A very kind of spread out formation here. There's definitely a cluster of 3 towards the south easterly side.
Is Tom used to trying to put things together because he had to pair asteroids together in Epic?
I don't know about that. I think this is going to benefit the shuttle more than it is going to benefit the arcs, personally, though.
But the arcs can nip between it where the shuttle can't.
That's the thing. But the thing is, they're spread out so much that I don't think it's going to match the shuttle.
I'm more meaning the narrow little bit in the corner.
Oh, yes, but that's on Sam's side. Sam's going to be past that by the time the arcs get anywhere near going through those asteroids.
Maybe use that as an area to swing back round again. Use the asteroid for cover.
That could be a possibility.
But yeah, so like I said, me and Elliot sort of came across the other side of the table, which was kind of a bit funny, bearing in mind we've all had experience. So here comes
Hyperwave Com Scrambler.
Com
Scanner. So
what pilot skills are you going to place him?
I imagine he might be selecting 12.
Why would you select 12? Because wouldn't it be better to make it 6? Because the passed off after it's hit the table.
At the start of place forces step, you may choose if you treat your part skill as 0, 6, or 12 until the end of the setup. During setup, if after another friendly ship is placed at range 1 or 2, you may assign 1 focus token to it. So yeah,
so set up at 6 and then put shower alongside.
Yeah, that could be actually what he's going for here.
Which could be interesting. But yeah, so we got paired up against each other in the final, which was kind of a bit weird because it was, like I said, it was me, you, Tom and Chris all over the side of a table.
But that was fine because we
sort of liked that idea from the start of the day. Really, we hope we get this game, and we did.
The first game with Hedge, I enjoyed it very much. Although, of course, it was a loss, so it's kind of like... And, of course, the second game, there was no second game for us because it was a bye. So we were sitting around for 2 hours twiddling our thumbs, which is not exactly fun. So to get a game with you was tremendously fun. Because it was like, oh, great, I'm going to enjoy this no matter what. And we did. We were all bouncing jokes off each other all the way through the game.
Well, especially when you played, who was it? The
Carlos Riken. Yeah, and me and Chris just sat down and like, well, what are you going to do here?
Gonna drink rum or something? It's just like...
Yeah, Admiral had his tipple, as I like to say. But yeah.
But, so that was huge fun as well. And it ended up in an even more fun state. And this is one of those sort of like controversial things, a little bit.
I don't know about controversial, but...
Well, I sort of have it in a little bit of, this is why, if you remember back in our end of year review, where we talked about removing draws from play.
Now, of course, Epic hasn't been updated with that in mind.
However, the software has. So, we ended up, as I've just preempted myself here, with a draw on our hands. So we ended up with a draw of 198 points destroyed on each side, we double-checked this.
We double-checked the maths on it.
Yep.
We had somehow gotten equal amounts of destroyed on either side. It was amazing.
And it's just like, how the heck did we do that? And there was Hedge and Owen and Wojtek, all like, what the heck did you guys just do? How the heck did you guys draw? It wasn't like we had exactly the same ships either.
No.
Like, you take me, I was the only one who brought the Falcon, for example. So it wasn't like we had exactly the same ships, exactly the same pointage on ships either, really.
I mean, what do you think we had similar? We had two B-Wings on each side. But that was it, really, I think.
But we were pilot skill 4s, you had pilot skill 2s.
Yeah, so even they weren't the same.
The only real things that we had similar was Thane.
Thane and Biggs.
Thane and Biggs, but we had different variants of those even. And it was just like, we had nothing that matched. So to have exactly the same destruction was huge. But you sort of kind of had the final laugh with that when you smashed the Rebel transport into 3 ships.
Yes, we did use the Rebel transport as a battering ram to essentially destroy a large formation of your ships, which was highly effective.
What you didn't anticipate was Chewie didn't like that.
No, Raging Chewie, which is the new Chewie, didn't like that at all.
No, so he rocked up with 3 raid shots at range band 1 onto the Rebel transport, blowing it out of the water. Then following up with counter shot, or the rest of the shots from it, onto Biggs. So he rolled 16 dice in one turn.
Yeah, but...
Fully modified 16 dice in a turn,
however,
might as well add.
I will take all those ships for the death of the transport any day.
Yeah, it was like 90 points worth of destruction for about 40 points of outlay.
And I really enjoyed... What aspect of that? I also loved the Y-Wing Alpha Strike we had.
Oh, the best bit was, as head of Gold Squadron, apparently, I didn't bring any Y-Wings. There was no Y-Wings our side. You brought the Y-Wings and you had no A-Wings.
Yeah.
That sort of felt a bit weird to me.
Because I knew people would predict I bring my A-Wings. So I thought, I won't bring A-Wings this time. I'll try. I want to do like an A-Wing, a Y-Wing torpedo build. And so that's what I did.
They were really good. We didn't even notice that you had torpedoes on them.
Really?
No. So
really? You mean when I stepped across from the transport with my 3 Y-Wings, you thought I didn't have torpedoes on there?
We didn't notice, because why would you wouldn't normally think of Y-Wing has got torpedoes.
That's true.
Torpedoes on it. It's not the last.
That's true. Well, okay, opening turns. I'm now about to get the overlay up. We're nearly ready there. I've just got to get the last changes done, and I think we can now switch across.
Hopefully.
Ding, ding.
Ding, hey.
There we go. So kind. Oh, and the only downside of this stream, Elliot, is we get to play against you less. Yeah, I mean... I'm not that
well,
great.
we worked this out. The only 2 people here that know how to sort of use the overlay is myself and Hedge. And you taught Hedge about 4 or 5 months ago now. So...
Well, a few basic lessons, yeah.
But, I thought there was sort of a discussion going on, thinking that maybe me against you would be an interesting concept.
Interesting. Just doing a booster off the go. Well, I think she's wanting to swing around and go off the Bren.
That could be an interesting tactic. Or is he going for the SF and trying to delete the SF?
Well, if you go for the SF, you want to kill it in one round. Otherwise, it's going to ruin your day anyway. If you go after Bren, you want to kill Bren because homing missiles dangerous. If you go after the shuttle, to be fair, that all of these are bad targets, or at least good. I mean, good targets. M9G8 target locking someone else. Ooh, yeah, I didn't notice the SF had been split up. They could be going for the SF. That could be a risky ploy by Sam there to try and bait the squadron while Tomax comes in and tries to intercept them with some missiles.
Yeah, no, I think as long as Tom's moving at quite quick speed to engage quick draw and pile in some big punishing shots, delete quick draw quickly. Didn't mean to make it sound like that, but anyway, quick draw to kill quick draw quickly, and then deal with Tomax or Strident. Sorry, no, it's Strident. It's Star Killer Base Pilot.
Yeah. It's generic.
And the Vader side of that is just going to start killing itself before long.
There's a barrel roll there from quick draw, probably to get a bit more distance and to try and get into a spot where next round there will be an engagement. But it also could be getting closer to Bren, who very easily could turn next turn and probably get a target lock on one of those arcs, or maybe even Jess. Well, Ray.
Oh yeah, because he could put the focus onto Ray. Well done, Tom. That's really ingenious. Now you can see why I wanted him as my teammate. So one thing we forgot to mention about the Epic, just very quickly, is I said about we'll get on to Hedge in a minute. The final game was Hedge and Max against Wojtek and Robin. And, you sort of look at it and you think, well, Robin and Wojtek have had a very sort of strong competitive year and a half.
The dream team, essentially.
You sort of think that they've got most games sort of catered for. But in the end, they didn't. They didn't pull it off. Max and Hedge absolutely decimated. I think by a scale of about nearly 150, 200 points. And that was the scale of their victory.
Yeah, because they had a Gazanti with 4 bombers on it, which was really powerful.
Those bombers just came out and went, delete. Delete.
Pretty much is how it did. It's like, you're going to die, you're going to die, and you're going to die. Because they had, what was his name? Reimer?
Yeah.
Flying alongside?
I think so. I think it was Reimer, yeah. And, there was... Yeah, I loved Robin and Wojtek because he got to see all 4 IGs.
I know, it's Captain Jonas. When another friendly ship at range 1 attacks with a secondary weapon, you may reroll up to 2 attack dice. So that bomber, alongside 3 other Gamma Squadron vets with missiles and torps, ouch.
Huge, powerful munitions. And like I said, Robin and Wojtek had all 4 IGs. It's not very often you see like 1 or 2 IGs, but to see 4 IGs, was really impressive.
Plus a C-Rock and 5 M3As or 6?
I think 5.
I think 5
M3As. We mistimed our flying because we had quite a lot left in reserve when we played them. We just couldn't get stuff in. We moved.
But all in all, it was a fun day. It was nice.
It was. It gave me a major headache. But
well, we've already made the decision that we will host another Team Epic at some point, but it is going to be on a bank holiday when we can have the store open from 11 until 10:30, and we're going to go through for 9 hours. We're going to do 2.5 hour rounds, or even 3 hour rounds.
Yeah, because what was the thing as well? We played 2 hour rounds, and that included our setup time as well, which could quite easily take like 20-30 minutes to even get set up with so much stuff.
So we're going to be looking at any way we can to streamline the effect and having it on like bank holidays. Plus also, having it on a bank holiday limits what days in the year it is, and so we can have it like a special event, once per year thing. Here's a boost from the Star Killer Base Pilot to try and get it in range. Oh no, he's
hi Wojtek, again.
Hello, good evening Wojtek. He's doing a forward boost. I guess he's not expecting those arcs or the X-Wing to go too far forward.
I would just be doing some big 3 straights because you can all do it without stress.
That is true. You want to be careful to make sure you can catch quick draw though. You don't want to make sure. Well, then again, you want to keep quick draw close enough to push damage through, but long enough away that quick draw can't get a 4 dice double tap against you.
Yeah. And you want to get it at a point where if it does get the 4 dice double tap, you want to make it. Strictly he shouldn't test with 1 template.
And that's true, but casual, night. I mean, at a tournament, I would have been through there in a hot second and said, "You're gonna use the bank." But yeah, 3 forward from the X-wing.
Not escaped arc from the Starkiller base.
Well, you're not going to, but you've got at least probably a range 2, maybe range 3. Oh no, I don't know if that's the right maneuver to do.
I would have gone straight.
I don't know. Maybe he's hoping to try and block wherever a bank from quick draw. But
I would have gone straight because it's more likely he's going to go either straight or bank.
I agree.
Towards. I don't think he would go away.
Well, the arcs are going to catch him at the very least.
But is that enough?
Those arcs? I think that could be. So there's Shara Bay moving up right now. And the next one to move along will be Nora.
Yep. I do love Nora and Shara, don't get me wrong. But I also love giving love to some of the other pilots because it's nice to use pilots that you wouldn't necessarily use because of the unpredictability factor.
All right, Dave. Wave 11. What do you think? You've seen a lot of the cards. What do you think? I
like it. I'm glad that there's the Wookiee gunship. I do love that gunship.
Okay, so we've now had interesting. Moving Shara Targlock to quick draw so that he can modify both attacks. Very smart.
It's like when I played it on the stream a couple of weeks ago and used it against the TLT attack from the Hawk.
Exactly the same kind of tactic. Very nice. So sorry, wave 11.
Yeah, I like the Wookiee gunship. It's nice to have,
I don't. It's one of the few ships I looked at and think, okay, I like it mechanically. I just don't like it thematically. I just dislike the whole idea of the Wookiee gunship personally. That's just my opinion.
It's one of those things that when you watch the trilogy, it's just kind of like as a thing, you sort of get that idea of Chewie jumping off and joining the guys on there.
But then again, at the same time, it's based on a hind, so maybe I can actually appreciate. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of interesting ideas for when the ships come out, so we'll have to see what we get there. Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about, Rogue Historian. There's a lot of stuff going on with Biggs, but it's only one ship, and if you're going to start nerfing Biggs again...
Yeah, but now you're talking about you can have Biggs with and another ship with selflessness. You're spreading the damage around. I think a Biggs nerf is incoming. I really do. Some kind of Biggs nerf. I don't know what... Oh, he called it right! He done it! I stand by what I stand corrected. It was clearly the best move to do a bank block. Yes, Jess didn't get an attack, but he stopped
non-modified, exactly. And again, I'll mention this again. Now I see why I asked him to be my teammate. Because I didn't see that coming.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
I would have more predicted he did the straight or bank. That's what I was thinking. But at the same time, if they've got those 3 arcs facing forwards...
Speaking of quick draw gets the first attack at range 2, most likely going for Nora. Or actually, Shara is another target. There's a crit and a focus result, no modifiers. M9G8 to re-roll the critical hit.
Yep.
Probably the best option too. And that goes into a normal hit. So at least you stop the crit going through, not that it's going to affect much. And it
looked like was it a focus or evade?
I will soon tell.
It was an evade. Damage, it
was an evade.
Yeah, Tom very much is improving fast.
Yes.
I haven't really played him very much, but he's very sharp.
That's not closest point, unfortunately. I would argue.
Closest point has got to be straight, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say that's the corner there, the arc. I'd say that's through the asteroid, but we'll see. It's not really our place to kind of call that, really, is it?
No.
Tom is with us right. He got nothing there. 1, 1, 1, 1. At least Crackshot's not... then again, he's not spent Crackshot, so...
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because he's going to get it back once per turn. You'd have to spend it twice, and you're not doing that because he's not attacking twice.
That's true, actually, so maybe it's not too bad. So Shara had now suffered all of her shields plus 1 hill card. I probably would have called him out on the asteroid because I actually think that would have been through... Personally, I think it would have been through, but it's not my place.
It does look borderline range, so I would have potentially looked to try and roll 2 dice on that.
Well, don't forget secondary weapon.
Oh yeah, of course.
Missiles, yeah. Okay.
He says with a sneeze coming on.
Okay, 1 hit, a focus there from I believe that was Jess Pava. Oh no, because Jess has no attack, so no target, so it's now...
It has to be Nora.
Yes. So Nora, Tom is thinking what he's going to do. He's got a target lock. There's Nora's card. Spending the target lock.
Oh, this is Shara's.
To add a focus. Do you have a focus to modifier? He does.
Is this Shara's?
Because he's got expertise. He doesn't need a focus. He's got expertise. And blank out there from quick draw means all of her shields are removed. That's the best thing Tom could hope for. It means that quick draw can no longer engage her ability, but she will get her next attack. Very good use there. Fantastic chance.
You kind of feel like, okay, if shields are potentially going down here, I would have kept that target lock there because you could modify that dice.
One hit and nothing there, so it goes through onto... Well, yeah, but it means that he got root all the shields, which I think is better, personally.
But he still had Nora, I believe. If he still had Nora... Yeah, here we go. If he had Nora, I would have kept the second one. So I would have kept the target lock, attacked with Nora first, hope the shields come off.
There is no lightweight frame on quick draw. There's 2 hits there.
There's at least one going through.
Yeah, at least one is going through.
Looks like one. I can't really tell. I can obviously see the back of the Darth Vader damage deck.
And there's Stridan, which looks to be heartily evaded there.
So I think if it was me, I would be... because they're going to move before quick draw. Do you roll short and do a Talon roll maybe with Jess?
I honestly don't know.
Because a Talon roll is not a bad idea. And I would put the target lock... because you get the reroll and modification anyway with...
Depends where the arcs are going. If they're going to K, then I would Talon, but...
I don't think they've got room to perform the K, have they?
No, because quick draw. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Nora could, Shara couldn't. That becomes an issue. You also have to wonder, can Tomax Bren bank into the engagement area and avoid the asteroid, or is he going to hit that asteroid no matter what happens?
You kind of feel if you're going to do that, you want to do sort of like a 3 bank maybe with both the arcs and do a Talon roll with Jess.
Good point by Owen that Nora wants to kite, and she does have Tail Gunner to consider that as well. So she could turn and catch quick draw's rear arc.
Yeah, and obviously at that point it's basically made quick draw one dice evade ace, and with only 2 hit points now left, that is just basically to say bye-bye quick draw.
So yeah, wave 11, what do you think?
Like I was saying, the Wookiee gunship.
Yep.
I won't go for its official name because it's too hard to work out in my head. I love the idea of that. I love the Wookiee commandos in there.
I do think we'll see a Biggs nerf. I don't know what Biggs' nerf will be, but I think we'll see a Biggs nerf.
Yeah. Then also the Skurg bomber.
Oh, the Skurg, can't wait.
I love that because, yet again, as we've mentioned before on the stream,
I've wanted Nim in this game for ages, and I can't wait to finally have him on the Rebellion side as well.
Yeah, I'd love him on the Rebellion side and put Sabine Wren in, like, in Miranda Donnie's K-Wing.
Yeah, that's the obvious answer. That's the obvious answer. Interesting, you know.
Yeah, but I've not actually played a bombing K-Wing in such a long time. I remember, like, the last time I did it, I damaged my other K-Wing by dropping a bomb. But I do also like the Imperial ship, the TIE Aggressor.
I have to admit, I want to like the TIE Aggressor. I love the design of the ship. I can't wait to see what it does. And everyone's kind of saying this wave is not that interesting. And I think, does the wave... I mean, not that... When I say interesting, I think people think powerful. And I think that the new wave doesn't need to be powerful. I do think the Aggressor adds something to the Imperials that the Imperials don't.
It does. They don't have a turret at the moment.
They don't have a turret. They don't have... add some missiles and play into it. Add a cheap missile carrier. Some very interesting pilots as well. Oh, look at that. A 3-bank there from Stridan.
My only point, though, Hedge, actually, the Wookiee gunship has a front half firing arc.
What a manoeuvre there. Using the coordinate from Starkiller base pilot to get a barrel in before Bren has to move.
Effectively, this coordinate stuff is like giving advanced sensors to something.
Pretty much, yes. Wood gunship doesn't really add anything. I think it adds to reinforce, which is different.
And also a small base ship with a front firing arc.
180, do you mean?
Yeah, the full front firing arc. It's added quite a few little things. I think I definitely will be playing one. I love obviously I do love the Scud because, like I said, I can fit in both Rebel and both in Scum, so I could quite easily pick up one or two of those.
Well, only one in Rebel, sorry.
Yeah, but I would more than happily pick up two and play them in Scum if I get my army.
I'll be getting two, so I want the B-Wing to be better as well, but I don't think the B-Wing should be better than certain things. I mean, I do think the B-Wing needs help, but yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
I mean, the B-Wing doesn't have a title card yet, so.
All it has is a modification slot,
it has a mod, but not a title.
But wasn't that like a way of it doing it before? Like, for example, you take the A-Wings, they haven't got a title. They have got A-Wing test pilot, haven't they?
They've got A-Wing test pilot. That's
But that came out through the Rebel Aces?
Yeah, it did. That's going to cost... that could be Shara Bay dead. With that close to Stridan, and with Tomax Bren coming in, I think, this has not worked out. But Tom...
I would have done maybe Banks the other way.
I think he completely forgot that quick draw was gonna be there, and unfortunately has collided.
Or has he built an inadvertent kill box?
Yeah, she's dead because, as someone points out, Owen points out, Darth Vader can just Darth Vader off the board with enough power. Then again, Bren might be bumping as well. That could save something, at least. Yep, that is a bump. So, okay, at least Bren isn't going to get a chance to shoot his missiles.
And if there's a focus still left on Rey...
There might be a focus still left on Rey.
It only helped defensively, though.
Yeah.
There's no shots, though, because two of the ships are bumped in.
Yeah, that's a good point. But then with only one dice, is it really worth it?
It's going to die this turn, otherwise.
That's true. I guess if it saves you, then it's there.
Ooh,
and
hello.
Quick Draw's performing a 1 bank.
Now this is worth it because he takes the focus if this clears.
Yeah, he can then attack Quick Draw. You're right.
This is very close though, because remember he's coming across an angle, and that angle is then being cut by Nora.
He could kill Quick Draw this round at the very least. If
slight nudge there, Tom.
I don't think it's going to matter too much. I
don't think it's there.
I think it does just clear it.
Oh, because the red part is where the base is.
Yep, there it is. See, it clears perfectly fine.
At that point, I'll just sit there with Quick Draw and go Rage and just go, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get one big punchy attack before you kill me.
That's true. However, it can't get any... It doesn't have a target in the front arc, which is a shame, but it does mean he does get at least a 3 attack dice shot out of its rear.
Yes, yeah. And with the conversion as well.
He also gets the benefit that he shoots first, and so long as he can kill...
As long as he deals at least 2 damage to Shara Bay, we know Shara is going off the board because at least Darth Vader.
Yeah, so Rey is being applied to Shara Bay, and Rage is being done to Quick Draw. Actually, no, sorry, Rage is being done to Quick Draw. No Rey on Shara Bay. I think that's how it was.
I think he was declaring Rey, so it must be one there. I think it's just underneath the little number 2 here.
Actually, you're right. It is just underneath the number 2.
Sorry,
I'll move that away. So yes, there is a focus there, ladies and gentlemen.
Rage reroll 1.
There isn't an M9G8 lock, sadly.
There's 3 hits. We know she's going to die at the very least from.
At the very least, yeah. That's it. She's dead. Well, she could die from this crit if it goes through. Because there is a crit there.
But just remember, Shara they get to...
Oh,
that's not a direct hit.
That's not direct hit.
Major explosion?
What is it? Damage sensor array?
Something like that.
Let's have a look.
Damage sensor array would make you lose action, but there wasn't an action header.
No, I think that wasn't right. Critical hit. Critical hit cards. Because he's got the new damage deck.
Yeah.
3 words. Thrust control fire? No. Yeah, thrust control fire because assigning stress. So yeah.
Oh well, that's a shame because he's not moving any further. We know he's. This is the thing. This is the thing though. Is it? Yeah, it's still worth with the 4 dice primary just to go. I'll roll at least 2 hits. That's dead. I saved Darth Vader for another day.
Here we go. Shara is attacking quick draw, which makes sense because then Nora could then attack.
If Shara is attacking quick draw, that's 3 dice.
He's forgetting the range 1 and the quick conversion there. Shame he's forgot the range 1. There's nothing much you can do about that. Oh no! Now he's rolling it. There we go. There's the. It
doesn't matter. He had no other modification anyway.
Yeah. Oh, 2 focus and there's nothing there. Quick draw is now dead.
Bye quick draw.
So he's lost Nora.
But that also means he can fire his shot from Shara into Tomax.
It does mean he can do that.
And Jess can then follow up suit.
Mm-hmm. So I actually think that was not a bad choice to fire Shara at quick draw. Speaking of, yep, there's a range 1 attack from Nora Wexley, who's probably going to deal some pain.
And also it's nice, the adaptability there has meant that he's had that option. If he had left it at pilot skill 6...
There's at least 2 hits and a crit in there.
Wow.
There's nothing.
That looks like it's possibly an evade.
We're going to see with the damage cards that we get laid down here. 1, which is a crit. Again, thrust control fire. That's a lot of thrust control firings going on tonight. Let's remove that and remove our camera so we can see what's going on. There's at least 2 cards.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Correct, yes.
I think at this moment it is advantage Tom. I know he's about to lose Shara here. That is an absolute given.
Well, Jess rolls focus and hit and 2 focus. Shame she couldn't focus that round. And
there's the evade.
There's the evades from Bren.
But I think I took this to an advantage because look at this. Tomax is stressed. He can't K-turn.
That is true.
So we know there's not going to be any locks coming in. So as long as Nora's doing like a...
But he could still bank and try and engage Jess. There's 2...
but if Jess is doing like a 1 or 2 straight...
There's 2 hits to Shara, and Shara is dead.
If it was me, I think I'd actually do a 2 straight with Jess. Bank Nora to the right, because you get Tail Gunner out the rear. Effectively, that means that the Starkiller base pilot at range band 2, firing out of Nora's rear arc, has no evade dice.
I mean, that's the advantage here is if Thomas can kill Bren, then the shuttle is his, because it's very easy to get behind that thing and then just to kill it very, very slowly.
And also with Nora's regen, those greens are quite nicely placed to just nip round like on 2 banks. You can quite easily manipulate the final positionings. It would be nice to still have Shara left, because obviously that M9G8 target lock for the help for Nora could be quite potent.
It's worth remembering that Jess does indeed move first, and she has a stress token, so there's concern there.
But any of the speed 1 to 3 green maneuver,
speed 1 to 2. Well, 1 to 3 and straights, but any speed 2 maneuver as well because of our 2 astromech.
Yes, and yeah.
So
it's a very, very flexible dial. I would be tempted to just do a 1 straight.
No,
maybe.
My thinking is that Sam's gonna bank the circular base pilot in. I don't think he's gonna stop. I would probably see a turn left and then boost through into between the asteroids, try and come back for another engagement at a later time.
But you could potentially smash Tomax off the board and then have a full health Nora.
That's true. That's true. But it's, that's a risk.
Or potentially, reduce the agility on Tomax. Have a range band 1 rear arc shot from Nora, who would have a target lock and have expertise to turn the modifications up.
I think Nora's the key thing to killing Bren this round.
And then fire the attack from Jess into the Starkiller base.
Yeah, I mean, a rear attack isn't going to do much because it was only 2 dice, but if you can get range 1, that's the modification. Only a 1 forward. I thought it was going to be a bank.
Just remember, Tomax will be rolling 1 attack, 1 defense dice.
Yeah, no coordination here because, of course, Bren has a stress.
Yeah.
So
this proves really how large that wingspan is. You can't actually see Tomax's model.
yeah, he's taken a target lock on Jess, but I don't think Jess is going to be there. And if I was Tom, I would make sure that Jess is as far away out of that arc as you can get. You don't want to be in that arc with Jess at all.
No, he's a one straight.
I don't know if that's the right maneuver. I would have probably done a one bank. Well, a 2-turn and maybe a one boost bank. A boost bank wouldn't take him out.
If Nora can get one really, really good shot, which kills off Tomax, fire the primary at Jess.
Yeah.
Sorry, so it's the Star Killer. Jess shoots the Star Killer base. From where it is, what you've done is that you think it's probably gone for the block here, knowing that the bank will cover.
Jess has an R2 astromech, so she could have done a 2-turn and then boosted. Because you would have cleared the stress off the 2-turn.
Oh, so Nora must have taken some damage.
I guess she did. Because R2D2 comes into play. I agree, Wojtek. I think Nora should have been the key target for Sam. And him not going after Nora was a mistake.
True. But in that first engagement, the only thing that could be hit by those torpedo or missiles that were of any value.
Oh, hello. That's a bump.
That bank wasn't anywhere near far enough for Nora, was it? Because he banked.
That's not a bump, I believe. I think that's
that
fits right in. However, not in range of the missiles, so
doesn't matter about the missiles. If he's facing that way, it saves. No, they're not doing any action.
No action, so it must have been. Nonetheless, they're moving. Oh, I don't know.
So he's stressed. So de-stressed.
Nope, they're doing it. It must be. It's Nora versus Tomax Bren.
Range 1.
Get
your target lock and expertise. Here comes 3 dice with 1 dice of aid, people.
This could be Bren taken off the board. This is Bren probably taken off the
board.
Here
we go. No. If that's there, Tom.
That's a great.
Add the target lock. Spend the target lock to add the thingy roll, and you've got expertise.
He's forgotten about that. He can't. It's easy to forget that you can do it in the rear arc, but yeah, you can. I was just saying,
that would have definitely. And why is he rolling 2 dice?
Why is he rolling 2 dice? You should roll 1 less.
You need to call this, Elliot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through it
because that evade dice is crucial. -1 agility dice for being in the rear arc, so we'd have 1 agility dice. Tom could have potentially fired 4 attack dice at this, and he got 4 hits out of it, which would mean he would have taken 3 minimum, and that is the difference to what now kills Tomax. I wonder what Elliot's call is on this, because he can't really interfere too much.
Is tail gunner a must?
When attacking from your rear firing arc, reduce the defender's agility to 1. Yes, it's not a May trigger. It's a must.
Both players agreed to go ahead as normal, so I'm not going to interfere anymore. However, I do.
But that is a difference.
That's the difference. It would have meant Tomax is dead.
Tomax would have been dead if he remembered Nora at range band 1 could have had 4 hits.
That's true. He did forget.
Wouldn't
Nora.
have mattered about the tail gun at that point.
He did forget about Nora because Nora can spend the target lock to give her the focus result even in the rear arc. However, hang
on a minute. Whoa.
Yes.
So this is so it's Jess's shot. Sorry.
Yeah, Jess on to the Star Killer base pilot.
Well, that's some hefty shots coming in though. Okay, this is still going to be tricky though.
Only 2 hits. Oh, rerolls, of course. No focus, though, so there's a crit hit. Blanks on Jess. I saw through shields gone from Jess.
No, it's not. Wait a minute. There's a reroll coming here.
He's remembered the reroll, at least. And there's an evade. So he saved himself a damage there. Thank goodness he remembered that.
You wish where this was, you wish that he'd remember those 2 triggers.
Well, if he can shoot Tomax, he's going to kill Tomax next time. The only downside is Tomax will get an attack.
So with where Nora is, I would do a 2 hard right.
Really?
Yeah, because where's Tomax? What's he going to want to do?
Well, you could K. Yeah, I mean, you could
If he
K.
K-turns, there's the arc. If he goes left, he's going to have to barrel roll or do another...
Which means no missiles.
Exactly.
I can see that. However, you're not considering the Starkiller-based pilot, who then can get arc on you with 4 dice, probably at range 1.
Or do you just do a 1 straight forward and go, I'll roll whatever I get against the...
I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here. I mean, I think it is in the favour of Tom, but...
He needs... Oh, so maybe actually, if he does a too hard... Can he do too hard left and still not touch the asteroid?
I think he could just about make it.
Because if he does, he's got both bases covered, pun not intended.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's probably the best call.
If he can go left, he goes between the asteroid. Worst case scenario is potentially a rear arc shot against the Starkiller base, which will have no agility.
Although it's worth mentioning the Starkiller base pilot's probably not getting his action this turn. If it stops, it's no action. If it turns, it's going to bump into Tomax.
If it's doing a 1 straight, it probably still bumps.
If it's going 1 straight, it either bumps or it's not going to have anything in arc, so no shot anyway.
It depends on where Jess is going.
He's taking a stress to stop.
If it was me with Jess, I would have lined up a 4K turn.
I probably would have done the same thing. Because if you do bump, at least it can't attack you. Yes, you're stressed, but...
And you can't then turn round.
I personally think that it's going to clear. Speaking of Jess...
I would go 4K turn, because the worst case scenario is you sit there and do a 1 straight, and you know that's going to move at least 2.
Oh dear, I think Tom might have tiled in a 3 hard here, which probably not the most ideal manoeuvre. I think it's going to be disastrous, actually. Yes, it's going to end up very badly for Jess, who's going to collide into the asteroid there. Oh, it's a Talon? Oh, so he can avoid the asteroid, I think.
It's a question.
He can. I don't believe
what's he done? He's arc dodged.
He has. He's also covering his arc for Tomax as well. That's actually quite smart.
Owen, you called this. He's come on strong because we didn't see the Talon roll.
I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
And what he's now just said to Tomax, you want a K-turn, buddy? I've got you an arc.
Oh, careful there, Tom. You've notched in there. There you go. Now, he will get a reroll for Nora, providing Nora stays more or less where she is. But
or turning hard left.
Turning hard left would be fine, yes. Yeah. Speaking of, is she doing that right now? No, she's
K-turn.
She's K-turning. Okay, so he's covering where Tomax could go, and at least he's dodged the arc.
If you did that, why would you 4K turn? You could do a 4 straight, do your target lock. Oh, you already got the target lock.
Tom the Smiling Killer. I like that. So where is Tomax going? If he's going too hard, he's got a target lock.
3 hard. He's in the middle of both of these.
Oh dear, 3 hard. I believe that's actually white on a bomber.
It doesn't matter, he's stressed.
That's true. He's not stressed. He moved it last turn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, sorry.
And that means he gets a target lock, which means Nora's could be taking a missile. Which, at least, she will survive.
And she'll regen.
And she'll probably regen as well. So, that's actually probably not a bad... Speaking of the missile, here it goes. Oh, what a shame. Reroll that.
Swing and a miss.
And that's more of a hit.
So
and an evade, which she's going to crack shot it, because why not?
Oops. Yeah. If it was me from where I was actually thinking about it, do a slow green maneuver next turn and actually try and engage.
No, I agree with you, Wojtek, that running away from the shuttle is not a good call. I fully agree that's probably the best maneuver.
Actually, the Starkiller base pilot does not have a shot.
No, that's just range 2, Owen. I would have thought they'd measured it, but I can just looking at it, I can tell you it's range. It looks range 2 to me.
It does look close though. It's not like
Yeah, it's close. I mean, look at that. Look, that's
this is just proving it on the fact of this is where Shara's now about to shoot at range band 2.
Well, she gets 3 dice for her pleasure.
Yep. It's a shame she hasn't got the focus as well. Because you're only doing this for modification.
Oh, hit. Tomax is dead.
Is they going to turn more?
Yes, it has, and it has cost him 3 shields and a hull.
Effectively cost him the hull, minimum.
Yeah, well, that's if he regens it.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying minimum. Because regenning it can only regen up to the shield value, can't regen hull.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that that assumes he will regenerate, which is not... Yeah. You don't want to all... Maybe doing a green maneuver is all well and good, but sometimes it's not the best maneuver.
This turn he's going to get both things here. He needs to do a target lock on the Starkiller base. So if he does a green maneuver, he de-stresses. He's also then got his expertise back online.
I actually would gun it because the 2 bank is the only thing that can clear that stress. So that thing's going to move. You might be able to arc dodge it, plus you'd... Like I said, I'd try and clear the stress, get out of his arc and keep away from it and get behind it. Then I can do greens all day and not have to worry about it.
But would you not potentially consider doing a 2 straight because of its capabilities? Because you need to regen shields, don't you? Surely is priority number 1.
Yeah, priority number 1 was that, but at the same time, and yes, expertise comes into play as well, as Owen says.
Because
however,
if you do a 4 straight, if he does a 4 straight,
if
he
I
doesn't arc dodge.
If I was look at this, the way I see it right now is that shuttle could one-shot Nora Wexley with a very good dice roll and a very bad dice roll at range 1. I would rather not ever be in that situation. Get behind the shuttle, then I can comfortably regenerate my shields as I pluck away at the shuttle.
With Jess.
Well, with both.
Oh, here we go.
See, a 2 bank, exactly as I thought.
Clearing stress. Yeah, it's not the worst position in Jess's world to do a 1 bank.
Right in front of his arc at range 1, really?
Gets four dice of her own.
Yeah, but then you're being shot at with 5 dice, which can kill you. I'm sorry, I've got to disagree with you on that. I don't think I want to be shot at by that thing, especially when it has a target lock. Now,
target lock is on Nora.
That is true, but I'd rather not be attacked at all by it. Oh, this is a bump, so at least Jess isn't going to get attacked, and she's going to be
behind it
next turn.
Just do a Talon roll and you're back right behind it again.
Yeah, he also
that thing is not for turning.
He also clears the stress because it's a green maneuver.
Yeah, it was either 1 or 2 things though. I think if the bump didn't happen and he had a shot at range band 1, it's still nothing to take for granted, because if you get to that situation where you absolutely smash... Oh wait, because of Darth Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Vader can just kill you.
Here comes
Vader don't care if he hits or not. He just
Here comes a shield regen. That's made it 6 total.
Okay, that will stop Vader, assuming she takes no damage. But with a target locked attack coming your way, that's not going to happen. That range 1, that's 5 dice with a target lock quality. That's probably Nora down.
Sam needs to find 4 hits.
Which is
4 uncancelled hits, I should rephrase that.
Which is possible. He's got 2 already. With a target lock, he could very easily make that.
Yeah, spend target lock to reroll, because you've got 2 blanks in that. You're only adding 1 the other way.
And there's 1 there, so that's 3. And there's nothing there, so there goes the shield. And I'm assuming we're going to see a Vader here.
No, this is Nora's attack on the Starkiller base.
You're right, yes, because... Yeah, you're correct.
We didn't see what the damage output was there, because there was 1 agility dice should have been rolled.
Speaking of, look at that, 4. He's found exactly what he needs. Focus, which he doesn't spend on defense, but that could easily be the Starkiller base pilot.
That is. I would.
There's a shield. Ding, ding, ding.
If he isn't going for Darth Vader, why... There we go, here comes Darth.
And if this is a direct hit, this is Nora Wexley dead.
It's worth the risk for 2 shields to kill Nora, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. Nora has not been killed. It's a major explosion,
so it might as well be.
It might kill her. It might kill her.
Hits only. Please don't find one, Tom. Please.
That's a crit.
That doesn't trigger.
Doesn't trigger on a crit. It does not trigger on a crit. And Sam was just checking that, which it is true. It does not trigger on a crit. So Nora is still alive and well. So let's have a look and see what the Starkiller base pilot's taken. I'm seeing 3 damage cards on that thing already. No, 2. So it's already taken quite a bit, actually.
What Tom could do here is do a 3 straight maneuver. Worst case scenario is you bump. That isn't... Oh, it could turn around too hard, though, couldn't it?
Yeah. And actually, this is more one-sided than I thought. Look, I didn't realise there have been shots gone on the Starkiller base pilot. It's down to 4 hull left.
Yeah.
This is very comfortably within... Well, then again, it could go all horribly wrong, but I doubt
Basically, it's within 1 shot.
Yeah.
It's within one shot, and he gets 2 first.
I mean, could he turn left? No, he can't turn left. He could. He's probably going to stop. But
For range purposes, if I was doing Jess's move, I would do it as a 3 Talon.
Well, we're going to see what things happen. Jess will at least survive, and Jess probably has the capacity to kill the Starkiller Base pilot within the 25 minutes we've got left.
If these are arc dodged, if both of these are arc dodged and right behind with shots, this is game over.
Yeah. As Wojtek points out, Sam totally got excited thinking crit also triggers. I imagine Wojtek was out there and there was a hurrah of victory.
You saw him, he was like,
yeah, but because crit does not trigger.
Yeah. I'm really loving these arcs. I loved them when they first came out, if you remember from when we did our wave 9 string. Jeez, was that long ago now?
Yeah, I know, right? Right, so we're here today.
Yeah.
We're back again
on the 15th.
On the 15th for our store champs. Ooh, exactly what I thought he might try and do, which is a 2-turn, because he knows they want a K-turn. But I don't think it's going to catch their arc, sadly.
But this is the thing. I would have potentially gone and stopped. Because if Nora has overshot, I don't know.
So we're back on the 15th for our store championships with You Mean Hedge.
Yep, that'll be a fun old day at Will.
And then we're back again for our next stream on the 19th, which we have the Tankard of Victory. Oh, being offered, and you can see it right there, engraved. Probably hard to make it on the camera. Tankard of Victory, as it says right there.
Which will obviously be going out to the winner.
The winner of our mini tournament, which we'll be having on that day. And essentially, it's a challenge thing. You must use the same build to defend the tankard.
Will this be like, so you can challenge people on a normal Wednesday night?
Yep.
Okay.
You can challenge it on a normal Wednesday night. So there can be, well, I'd have to say that the matches have to be streamed.
So it would have to be every
2 weeks. But you can challenge someone at any time for the cup or the tankard. So, yes.
So you can challenge it for any time to see if you've got a build that can take it on.
Yeah. And if you win, you get the cup. If you win, you get the cup, but if you lose, well, unfortunately, try again next time.
That feels like a worthwhile visit for me to give it at least one crack.
And it is a beat the build challenge, because you must use the same list that you won the tankard on.
Oh, the interesting thing is, you can win it on a normal night, lose it the next time you come on stream, and then...
Fight again for it, if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a dueling glove for people to slap each other with to issue the challenge? No, but I like that idea.
Just remember this is a store... And that could violate rules.
All right, here we go. There's an attack from... Oh, what an awful attack there from Jess Paver at range 1. 4 dice and only 1 focus result.
It's because of K-turn.
Yes.
No, it's K-turn from where he was.
Yeah, it's the K-turn. At least he's not getting attacked by the Starkiller-based pilot, thankfully.
This is looking tight. I think there's going to be another couple of... maybe another turn or so in this.
I still think Wave 11 is very decent, though, personally. I mean, Wojtek's saying that the Wave 9 was the best. I still think Wave 10 and Wave 11 were good.
Wave 9 was a good wave.
Yeah. Wave 9 was a good wave.
I love the art. You're still getting used today. The Protectorate Starfighter, love that. The Lancer became a big thing in List for a long while. And what was the Imperial one? No, it wasn't Striker. That was Rogue One.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue Historian. The rules are: if you're challenged, you can opt to not accept the challenge. However, if you refuse 5 challenges, you instantly forfeit the cup.
So you got to be careful when you. So it's kind of choose it wisely.
And it's not like you know what the build is. You only know what who the person is.
So you're building a list to counter. So you the challenger. Got to get this right because we've got a lot of thing about you this week.
Yes.
So you, the challenger, knows the player, knows the list, know roughly how it's going to be flying.
You know the player. This
is the challenger.
The challenger. You know the list. Yes.
You know the list. You know the player. You know roughly how it's going to be flown.
Mm-hmm.
You need to then build a list to counteract that list, but then prepare for any potential weaknesses that could happen in it if you are to win that match.
Yeah.
So you have to counteract, but carefully.
Because if you don't forget, you're not just building to counter the current build. You're trying to build an all-round list because you'll be challenged after that. So if you build a list that's anti-swarm and then go up against a fat turret list, you're in trouble, probably.
Yeah.
So
you need it to literally be there to counter anything and everything.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're in a lot of trouble. The only thing that's going to make what's make this cup interesting is because it's going to happen. Obviously, when waves come out, you've got new ships that come in. Yeah, you prepare a list now. Say this happens before wave 11 is dropped, for example. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's dropped before then. Somebody the next week could then go, I want to challenge you with new wave 11 stuff.
Someone could do that.
And you lose it instantaneously because of wave 11.
Well, that's the
thing. It's
an
unknown factor.
Well, that's the thing. Wave 11, I'm going to say, just for the fun, is going to be legal for the little tournament we're going to have on the 19th.
If it comes out next week.
I'm pretty sure it will come out on the 13th.
We've heard rumours that it will be.
Yes, it will. Well, it will be available for the challenge, the Tanker Challenge. It is 6 days later, but I figure it's a little bit of fun.
I would love Robin to win it with his SFs.
Oh, do you know, but to be fair, I was originally thinking we should give it to the last champion. No, because that was Robin. We should give it to the last one of the Voiding Invitational. No, because that was Robin. We should give it to the person...
Hang on, no. We give it to the last person who won a tournament. Hang on a minute. That's two people.
Yeah.
Technically, if you count the Team Epic.
I mean,
so you can't do that either.
That's why we're having this little mini-tournament to decide who gets the tank
Or
first.
what you could say is, you could say the last tournament winner, okay, that was Hedge and Max. They fight for it.
That could be possibly. I just think having
having a mini tournament to a selection.
Yeah, anyone can fight for it.
Yeah.
That's when it should be open to as many people.
Exactly. And I would love to hold that for at least 1 week before I lose it the next.
Okay, so we're now in the final forays of this game, which is pretty much conclusive because
that shuttle is not for turning. All Tom needs to do is get somewhere behind it.
Nope, and I think we've missed a few combats, but I'm pretty sure the shuttle is not looking healthy.
It definitely wasn't, because it took some cards to deal with Shara.
No, it's only got 2.
Sorry, Nora.
It's only got 2 crits, so only 4 more would kill it. But the thing is, it's got an engine upgrade, which actually could help it get around a bit.
Yeah, it could, but if Jess is going hard left...
If she's going hard left, she's going to catch it.
And doing a 2-bank to the right with... Nora could be impressive.
She's doing a free bang, which actually this could be a Talon, actually, which would be a surprise to me.
I don't think that'd be a Talon.
It's a Talon.
It is a Talon.
It's a Talon.
Tom, you've done so well the whole game.
Well, I don't think it was a bad call. It means he's now chasing it rather than... Because the next one's not going to be there next round.
No. It feels like we now just got this sort of circus thing. Sort of thing going on here, which would be just really interesting, because there was no shot coming in it from even on a 3 hard anyway, so it wasn't like that was going to be an issue. All Tom has to do really now is just keep up.
Keep up and keep pushing damage through.
Hey, regen a shield on Nora.
Yeah, he regens a shield on Nora, which I think he needs.
Hey, if he goes left, 1 bank left next time and has a shot and is not at range 3 and not through the asteroid.
Yep.
There'll be Tail Gunner. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There's not very much shooting going on. Do you mind if I actually just quickly nip out?
Of course.
I need to kind of head for
Yes, fine. So while David goes and relieves himself, we shall carry on with the match.
Hopefully I don't miss the final exploits.
You probably will.
That'd be embarrassing.
Okay. Ouch! I think you might have missed it. I don't believe it. He missed it. He leaves and he misses it. That was it. The final exchange. Nora threw the asteroid at Stridan. Boom. I think it's the asteroid. Although how he got 4 dice, I have no idea. Oh, because 3 then added the focus expertise. Yes. Wow. That was impressive nonetheless. Wow. Amazing. Well, that was it, everyone. Talk about an anticlimax, almost. No, that was a very good game. Fought very well by both competitors. It was great to see Sam on the stream again. We don't often get him on the stream. No surprise. As soon as I saw the list, I thought, Tomax is in this list. Oh, there he is. Tomax is Sam's bread and butter, really. It's a ship he loves the most, and I really should fly Tomax some more. I think it's a nice little bomber pilot. I'm not certain Starkiller-based pilot is better for Vader. I don't know whether Doom Shuttle is still better. Yeah, I think putting Quick Draw out on his own was a bit of a mistake. But then again, I can kind of see what it was for. He was wanting to bait Tom to go away from the Upsilon, so that the Upsilon would get the maximum use out of its front firing arc, which is a very intelligent use of the front firing arc. The problem is, it serves quick draw up on a platter, and as you saw, all 3 shields were stripped in 1 round of combat, meaning that she only got 1 use of her ability. And ideally, a quick draw player wants 1 shield every attack, or at least 1 shield every round, I should say, to make sure that she at least gets the maximum effectiveness out of her ability. I agree. I think you should have turned quick draw and kept tried and bait them back towards the formation. Leaving quick draw on her own was not ideal. Tom made some bad plays. Well, not bad plays, but a few mistakes. Like I think a few of the talons maybe could have been different. His maneuver with the talon earlier to avoid the asteroid was masterful. I loved that. It did put him in an unfortunate situation the next round over, and thankfully Nora was able to survive. Other than that, I don't know. Welcome back. You missed it.
I know.
Do you
want to have these guys in the booth? Can we start a little bit of time?
Sure. Yeah. Bring them in.
So I definitely think this is worth discussion about.
Excuse me, everyone. I'm going to quickly tidy up while we go into the... while we bring the competitors in for an interview. Good day, gentlemen.
Hello. Where's the camera?
Just here.
Where do you want us to sit?
Please take a seat in the booth.
Nice. This is like real Star Wars cantina kind of seats. Actually.
And on that note,
I hadn't actually thought of decorating this place up like that, but that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let's move it into the booth cam now. Ding ding. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. How's it going?
So that was quite an interesting match.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. We were just talking
It's good.
about...
I didn't enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about outside the initial engagement that we had with kind of quick draw coming in on the right.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how that initial bump with Jess after she boosted
that
round
made a
2
huge
or 3.
difference to the game.
Very masterful play by you on that.
It was
count.
excellent. It was an excellent play, I think.
when
When you did it, I knew straight away. I was like, obviously, I'm going to be coming in as quick as I can with quick draw on a 3 bank or something. That's the perfect place to play.
Yeah, no, we did sort of see it's basically either bank towards or going straight.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see that boost was going to cover both those situations. I thought it might have been slightly overcooked.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about that to kind of try and dodge the shuttle, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I thought maybe quick draw might be going a bit slower.
Yeah.
Because it was a 3, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah. If I was deliberating loads over using Vader as well on the first turn, but that might have actually because then your the arc was left on 1 point of hull, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
it
was.
Had I used that Vader earlier? Cause I usually like to save him for if there's just 1 or 2 points of hull left, right? But I don't know. I was thinking maybe I should just start pushing some damage onto it.
Maybe.
But I never could have predicted that. So I think I probably always would have played it. You played really well. I think whatever I'd have done there, you'd have won that.
What was the purpose of quick draw being separated from the main force? Was there a plan to that?
No, I didn't. No, Tomax is over with the Upsilon because he can make use of the coordinate.
Of course.
Right, so
yeah, we saw that. It was nice
kind of
using that before you did that 4 straight edge.
And so sometimes you can it's quite handy because then he can coordinate his because the PS2 moves first. So you can give him a target lock and then he can do his red 5k or something and sort of shoot off the second lot of his missile.
Nice.
So that quick draw. She just that's I don't know. I fly her anywhere really.
Yeah.
I don't know why she was so far away. Like sometimes it's good to kind of split people a bit.
See, I wondered whether it was you trying to draw Tom further down the board so that the Epsilon had maximum coverage of its arc most of the time. So you basically, because that thing ain't turning around quickly. It's not turning around very quickly at all.
No. I mean, it's helped with having an engine upgrade.
Yes.
That's that's what, like, I understand that, and it has got a white hard too. So it's like, yeah, it's not turning around quickly, but it's it's better than like the old Lambda.
It's moving through about 270 degrees a turn.
It's much better, and with the bank 3 and the boost as well, it can kind of get out of things. So like, I think it's much better than like the old Lambda shuttle. But yeah, it does take a while to turn around. But then it's got that dead stop, which is handy as well.
Very handy at times, yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were kind of saying that the quick draw moment kind of probably made the game what it was.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I was worried a lot about quick draw actually, because I thought you were gonna get.
Yeah, and I think I was quite unlucky in like losing 3 shields or quick draw, just in one go.
That's
that kind of negates.
Because obviously, if quick draw has 1 shield left, you know you're getting 2 procs.
Ideally, you'll want a shield removed every combat round, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because then they can maximum coverage your ability.
Yeah. So that's another reason why sometimes quite often I bring quick draw around the side. Quite often I find in this list Tomax Bren will be the primary focus, and so people go there, and it just by not having things pointing at quick draw, you can trigger your own and sort of tap it down yourself. People tend to go for one or the other, but
yeah. Unfortunately for you, this time it was quick draw rather than Tomax.
Well, I mean, it depends on what people have got, because then if people have got high pilot skills, then they take out Tomax before he's like offloaded his missiles. So that's in this instance, I would have liked them to go the other way. Yeah,
that's fair. Owen's got a question. Why no lightweight frame on quick draw?
My list's at 100 points.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. 100 points, no room for it. Yeah.
I mean, what would I do instead? I really enjoy.
You really enjoy Crackshot?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing you could really remove is extra munitions. It's like 2 points for lightweight frame.
Yeah, but then you're losing your 2 missiles.
Exactly.
Oh, is he thinking about putting lightweight frame on Tomax Bren?
No,
on quick draw. Oh yeah, but I really like. It doesn't happen that often, but occasionally I get in at range 1 and you've got like 4 dice, 3 rerolls on someone. It can ruin someone's day, and it's you seldom pull it off, but when you do, it's beautiful and really satisfying.
Your target lock switching your target lock onto quick draw at that moment was actually very nicely done.
Right.
Allowing you to modify both attacks that came your way.
It was only once. He spent the target lock on his attacks.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
You spend it.
Yeah.
Very intelligent move there to modify it that way.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that, because quick draw had, so many ways of manipulating its dice with rage and things like that, that to kind of put the M9G8 target lock on it as soon as I can would have been, the best move for me, I think.
Yeah.
I did have another version of this list where I had weapons engineer on Shara as well, so that I had coverage with M9G8, and then it just becomes.
We've seen how very useful that can be.
This is the first time you've flown this list as well, isn't it?
It's the first time I've flown this one. I did fly it before with. I dropped hyperwave comm scanner on Jess, and then I had weapons engineer on Shara.
So I've flown this I can't remember how many times. And you just smashed me with my first go.
I do remember that when we were coming to this, I've told everyone, Tomax Bren, your bread and butter. You always use him, which he's a nice little pilot. You like his crackshot ability. And yeah, that's fair. I like that.
It means you got permanent crackshot.
It's a great use of 32 points.
Yeah. Yeah, and so even after his missile, if he doesn't get taken out quickly, even after his missile's gone, you can bring him into range 1, three dice with a crack shot every time. It's still quite a nice little ship, but it didn't work for me today.
Well, when you lose some, it's how it is.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, you just completely well done. You just outflew me. Yeah, definitely.
Are you two looking forward to our store champions?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be. It's probably still going to be pretty much this that I bring. I don't know.
Yeah.
we'll see.
You
But
should,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
run
yeah. I've got my
something
ticket.
familiar
There's
Yeah.
some good looking swag. Yeah, I'm definitely
You
here.
got some good swag for it. Tickets available now on our
Yeah.
website, by the way.
See you there.
There we go.
What about
Yeah.
yourself, Tom? Are you going to be here or not?
See, I have a job that requires me to work like pretty much most Saturday mornings, and
No holiday left.
maybe
Yeah.
do it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I could maybe see about holiday and stuff. Maybe pull a sickie or something.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
We do not condone.
Being recorded, yeah.
No, we don't. It's fine. No. Sorry, I 3 dice primary. Yeah, sure, go. Sorry, I can't come in today. Yeah.
I love that to be the conversation you had with someone on the phone at work.
Yeah. See, they know about X-Wing.
So there
at
you
work,
go.
So I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
could
you'd get away with that.
No, what you'd have
We'll
to say
see.
is, do not put him on stream if that was really
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Do not
Yeah.
mention his name in any
It's-
listing,
it's-
standings, or anything else.
It's
Yeah.
Timahul. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
The epic X-Wing pilot.
Yes.
Tomahawk.
So, we also got something special coming up in 2 weeks' time, which we're having the Tankard Challenge.
Ooh.
A little mini tournament for whoever wins it will gain the tankard.
Yeah.
Essentially, this is your
So what is
it says Elite
Pilot
Pilot,
Tankard of Victory?
Tankard of Victory. And
Brilliant.
you may challenge anyone who
Yeah.
has the tankard at any time, and
Yeah.
that can be put on stream, and
Okay.
you could become the new tankard champ. So basically, it's like a like a belt,
Yeah,
belt.
yeah.
But you must use the same build every time. Are you two interested in maybe competing for this at some point?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I've always
Yeah,
wanted
definitely.
a tankard, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
winning with it. to
I'm
make
sure.
it permanent
I'm sure the
yours.
winner will have like a tradition of going down the nearest pub for a pint.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking of having a cup of tea in it, actually. But,
How British.
yeah, I know. I was just thinking about taking it to work and just being like,
Yeah,
look where I've been all weekend.
Well, what do you do this weekend? Oh, nothing much.
No.
Just
You remember I was really ill that weekend? I couldn't come into work.
So yeah, this will be a little mini tournament which we're hosting on not the next Wednesday, the following Wednesday,
So the 19th.
the 19th, and anyone can take part. I think it's a maximum of 3 rounds, and the overall winner will gain the tankard and be the first tankard holder. So yes, if you
I'll have
two are
that
available.
title
Okay.
forever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we say
Rematch.
challenge belts. I know there's a whole thing with some of the challenge belts. If you won a certain number of battles and victories, then became yours in a permanent venture.
It's not going to be a permanent venture, but if we get someone of distinction, maybe we'll look at maybe getting their name engraved on it. We'll see.
To turn it into a tankard
okay,
for
We'll
a-
yeah.
see. We will see.
Interesting.
They're different, yeah.
Maybe that's a maybe. I don't know how much, because if we say 10 victories for just pulling them out of the air, and suddenly everyone's getting 10 victories with
Yeah.
this thing, there's
Yeah.
like, well, maybe we need something.
But 10,
Yeah.
you know, in a row,
Yeah.
a certain number of victories in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically
I mean,
holding
it's-
on for 10
It's
games.
pretty hard to hold on for 10. I
Exactly,
don't
for
know.
10
if I've-
games to get it etched into the...
I don't know if I've ever held. I don't know if I've got a 10
Es-
a
especially-
streak, like a 10 run.
Well,
Especially
we
when
know-
someone
Yeah.
knows the list you're playing and
Yeah.
can build
No,
against
no,
it.
no, we
Yeah.
do know somebody who's done that. Robin.
Yeah, Robin has been
Yeah.
very successful the last few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yes, looking forward to seeing how that goes on.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Raise awareness for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, one thing we did raise awareness to was the fact that somebody in this room was my teammate over the weekend, Tom.
Yeah, that's right.
You ever played Epic?
I've played it. I've played it once. Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah, I don't have any epic ships, and I was busy this weekend.
That's
but,
fair. That's
right.
fair. That's fair. But yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun.
So I was saying in our chat that obviously game 3 we got paired against Elliot and Chris.
That's right. Yeah, we did.
And we ended up with a 198 point draw. I was going to say, I did send you a photo earlier of what the game state looked like. If you want to quickly bring that up, Elliot.
I'll definitely see what I can do.
If not, I've got it on my phone, actually.
I was going to say, to get it up on here, it's got a bit more...
Oh, okay.
I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, we somehow managed to draw in a 400.
198 points destroyed on each side.
Wow.
Yeah, in a 400-point game.
And yeah, it was one of those things because Elliot was calculating his half, Chris
Yeah.
was calculating his half. I calculated both of them using my calculator.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. That's the end state.
So,
Yeah.
So what we can learn from this is, one, David needs a new camera for his phone.
yeah, it's shocking.
And that's the game state. It's, yeah.
So we've got, on the far left hand side, we've got my Chewie, which is starting to take damage.
We had
Wes Johnson and there's
Wes
Biggs
and it wasn't Biggs. It was, Hobby.
Hobby, yes.
Bodie,
Bodie,
which is on your side. Then
Yeah,
on
that was
my
at
side,
half points.
There was
Carl
Katan, Aaron Kraken. One of 2 bandits still left on the boards.
Yeah.
We had
Braylon Stram.
Braylon, your Thane.
Mm-hmm.
Your 2 surviving Y-Wings.
Yep.
Yeah, the 3
Sokatana
you
at
had.
the top.
Yep.
There's...
Our 2 B-Wings coming in on the side. And Eden Vril.
In real, yeah. It was quite a fascinating game. I was
Mhm.
exhausted after it all though. But yeah, that was fun. Are you looking to play any Epic in the future, Scott?
Yeah, I might. I mean, I haven't played X-Wing in. I can't remember the last. I haven't played X-Wing in ages. So I went like, it's just a time factor, which is probably why. But yeah, potentially up for it.
Yeah. I would like another game of Epic
yeah.
at some point, actually.
We will look at doing that. But yes.
Yeah.
I would definitely hope to try making my teammate again because that was fun.
So,
I do enjoy
if
that.
you guys were attending Sword Champs, I know that you're planning to use the similar list. Are you planning to tweak it a little bit?
I mean, no, it's probably going to be that, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. It's going to be exactly that.
Yeah.
I might make a change, but you know, the changes will just be like rotating something out for something else in that I play a lot. So
That's fair. And yourself, Tom?
Ooh, I mean, we talked about Wave 11 not being like
Yes,
available
it
for
is not available.
which I think is fair enough because it's like a day in it, right?
Yeah, 3 days. Yeah, 2 days actually.
Yeah. I think like if I were in it, I'd probably. I mean, I do like the Arc 170 at the moment. I like the rear firing arc. I
We
like.
both do.
Yeah, because it's just so handy. I like all the pilots for it. So and I like Jess Paver as well because like just her rerolls are really strong. So I think I would probably have at least 2 Arc 170s in my list. Yeah, but I think Nora Wexley's a definite for me, and then it's kind of between Sharabay and Braylon Stram, I think. I like Braylon Stram as well, just because he's got the, his ability, and then you build him around stressing everything else.
Yeah.
And then he can be quite nasty. But yeah, I think Arc 170s are my, like, the ship that I like a lot at the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us. Thank you for a fantastic game.
thank you.
Thanks for the
It's
game.
good. Yeah, it's good.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you for joining us. We wish you luck in your future games, and if you're attending our Sword Championships, we wish you luck in that as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, who knows? We might see you on it.
Might see you on the stream.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think every tournament I played, I end up on the stream, always against Steve Sage.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so-
funny. Maybe we should keep the
Yeah,
tradition
keep
going.
it going. Keep it going.
Yeah,
Keep it going. Because I've also had a run of wins against him. So yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Because
Steam's curse.
Yeah.
He used
the
to have
curse.
that curse
He's
and never won on stream.
That's it.
Thank you once again for joining
Alright.
us, guys.
Yeah,
Cheers,
thanks
guys.
for inviting us. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye, watchers.
Well, that was a fun game to watch.
It was definitely a fun game to watch. Definitely a fun game to commentate on. I think actually both games tonight were in that
They were really
category.
good. It was nice having Wojtek in here as well.
Yes, I was going to say it was weird and nice to have him on this side. So, he's used to obviously seeing what happens on, as he's watching stuff through. But I don't think I was obviously explaining some stuff to Wojtek, saying, this is what we do. This is how we actually move the hull and shields around.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't necessarily realise until you're back here. So obviously there's a whole thing that you're saying about having you on the stream, and it's also I more than happily sit here and do it, but it would be nowhere near as professional as you do it. And that's I do love doing the stream when I get my chances at it, but it's just there's so much to remember, so much to remember what's actually going on there.
It looks more complex than it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that it's easy, but I do agree that it's hard, and we do it. I do it for the love. I do it for the love of the game. In fact,
you did it before you even started working here. Yeah,
I did. Yeah,
you've mentioned before.
Well,
so
all I say is Wave 11 overlays are all ready to go. They're ready.
Well, hey.
Yeah, at least all the ones that we know. The few parts that we don't know, they can very easily be made very quickly. So all ready to go. We're prepared for it. I can't wait. I'm really excited for Wave 11. I can't wait to get my hand on my Skirg and Wookiee gunship and the
the
Tigressor.
there was a whole thing, wasn't there, originally, that the TIE aggressor was going to potentially have access to the IG-2000 aggressor.
No, that was, again, because of rules. It was a rules as written thing versus a rules as intended. I don't think anyone would have entertained the idea of the IG-2000. Hell, I wouldn't have entertained the idea of that. If I would have seen that at all, I'd be like, you can take that off there now, thank you.
It's an all-point title, so it's not like it's like given much...
No, but it does take up a title slot, but it's also the effect can be quite,
quite
damaging.
devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love what's going to come out. To be honest though, for me personally at the moment, the one thing that I'm really looking forward to the most is when Hired Gun drop.
I'm excited.
I'm still really waiting to get that.
Which I was talking with Chris Yules about this. With Chris Yules, he's not been playing X-Wing a lot lately because he's been a bit disillusioned with the game, which is fine. He thinks that that's not going to change anything. That the banking barrel is not going to change anything because the protectorates are already so good. And so why would you take the Star Vipers, even with their discount, if you could just take protectorates? And I can kind of see what he says, but at the same time, I want to fly Star Vipers. I want them to be interesting and different.
Yeah, and like potentially, for example, you could be in a situation, say Guri's got it.
Yeah.
But rather than having like fire control, has advanced sensors.
Mm-hmm.
So use that barrel roll to basically... so a tiny mind linked into other things. So to barrel roll and then know that your maneuver is definitely going to hit, potentially hit the same. So they've moved first. So you use advanced sensors afterwards to barrel roll backwards on a bank maneuver because you'd have to do that with the new Star Viper title, and then run in to guarantee you've got the range band 1 requirement for her focus to power up the whole tiny mind link list, knowing that the rest of them could go target lock. Oh, they're all going to get a focus because of Guri.
I mean, Heads points out the biggest issue with the new tile is the lower PS, which I agree with.
Yeah.
But, sometimes lower PS can be good. Especially with a tiny mind link, as you say.
We know there's obviously going to be some new generics, which looks to be the Pilot Skill 5 generics.
Not surprised. They usually come with that.
Because it follows into the whole line of the EPT slot, Pilot Skill 5 aces, or sorry, generic aces that have that Scum have, and obviously there's the Pilot Skill 4. Which one was that? Threek?
Black Sun Vigo?
No, Threek.
Oh, Threek, yes.
And then there was Pilot Skill 6, which was Captain something. I can't remember what it was now. It's been a long while since we've done that stream.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it again. But yeah,
they'd be nice to have, but like I said at the time. For me, personally, I still have a love for Guri. Those two pilots would have to give me something different, or something that made me go, ooh, I like this, I'm going to give it a go.
I think we'll see that.
Before it makes me think twice about running Guri in a list, or I have to pick a Star Viper.
So we have Wave 11 due out.
Yep.
We have Hired Guns coming.
Yep.
At Gen Con, there'll most likely be the announcement of the next wave, and maybe even another kind of Aces pack.
Or a mini preview into what might be happening at the end of the year when...
No, they tend to keep new stuff on hold until Force Friday when they announce, or they have the actual release date of a lot of Star Wars merchandise. So literally, we didn't know about the core set up until its release, and besides the leak, of course, which was literally a few days beforehand.
Okay.
So, what do you think we'll see next?
Bearing in mind where we are in the year, we've got to see potentially another wave before... Potentially, it is.
Yeah.
Before the new film comes out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, again, we've had no news of Wave 12 before Wave 11 has been released, so it kind of feels like you've got a bit of time in between.
Yeah, I mean... They can get turnarounds on the... I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised they got this wave out before Gen Con. I thought they'd do the usual, we'll release this at Gen Con early for people who are at Gen Con, and then a month later, the rest of the world will get it. So I'm really surprised we're getting them in July, but power to it. So they're clearly going to announce something.
They've got to now, they've done that.
Yeah, they've done that. So, well, they were going to announce something anyway because even then they would have something out. So they're going to announce something. The question is what? I think we'll see Hired Guns about... maybe September, October time, maybe?
That's getting very close to somebody we have very dear as a birthday.
Yes, it is, but who is conveniently very Scum focused.
And is conveniently not here tonight, so we can say exactly what we like.
Yeah.
Within reason, of course. We would never disown Chris.
So
he was your teammate.
That's what I think. Wave 12. I couldn't imagine what they're going to do. We're probably gonna. That's probably gonna be the wave that has the new ships in it. If they did.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get an A-wing Mark II.
A-wing Mark II. There seems to obviously be this Imperial TIE Interceptor.
The new TIE Interceptor. That's the 2 mystery ships. They'll probably have the 3 more, one for each faction. So what are we going to see?
They don't need to do anything more for the T-70 because obviously that would come around again in the new film. They've done enough for the T-70 with Heroes of the Resistance as well.
Well, I think we're going to get a kind of a Heroes of Scarif or a Heroes of Yavin pack where we'll get some X-Wing and Y-Wing and hopefully some E-Wing help as well. Although, honestly, I think it's going to be X and Y because films, tie-in and such. That'd be stupid, especially since we can get Chopper as an astromech because of Rebels.
I would love Astromech Chopper.
I agree.
It sounds like an absolute hoot to have him because you've got R2D2 as Astromech and crew.
I mean, the argument there is that if they do that, we're probably going to get Hera as an X-Wing pilot, even though she may not have the same ability.
Or Hera as a B-Wing pilot because she's fitting in a B-Wing, she's fitting in an A-Wing.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of ships where in Rebels she has appeared to fly.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of work out what's thing going on. I noticed how Whistler's just been mentioned because wasn't that the droid that I played in when you were RPGs once?
Not exactly. Whistler is, I believe in the Legends, Wikipedia. If I go on Wikipedia, I believe that was Jaina's astromech. Someone can confirm that for me, whether it was Jaina's astromech. Xeno was astromech with Corran Horn. So yeah, Whistler was Corran Horn's astromech. My mistake.
Oh, so it'd be good to have... Oh, he's an R2 astromech as well.
He's an R2. I don't think we'll see that. Corran's already very powerful as he is. I would rather see something which helps the E-Wing in general without helping Corran. Even though you don't see Corran a lot these days. I'd rather see Atana Bat and other pilots as well as generics on the board.
Yeah, because it was saying in the same line as R2-D2.
Yeah. And hello there, BRS Gaming 22. We do Pokemon at our store. We don't really stream it often because the community just prefers... We don't really have a commentary team for it. But we do indeed do Pokemon here at our store. We've got a pre-release at the end of the month. I believe on the 22nd and 23rd.
See, this is nice having you in the booth now because of you being an event coordinator. You can answer questions like that on hand in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Just checking the dates on that to make sure I'm accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the same series as the R2-D2. So you've got the traditional R2, which works around giving you green maneuvers. R2-D2, which recovers stress, also recovers shields when doing a green maneuver. So if you're going to have the same thing again and put Whistler in there, I would say thematically, maybe when you perform a green maneuver, acquire free target lock.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't want to go on this. I mean, we always discuss fixes and things. We got on about the E-Wing. We got on about the X-Wing.
Yeah, I love the E-Wing. I've only ever played like once or twice, but it is powerful. Yeah. It does have its place in the game.
All right, people who are still in the chat right now, just so you're aware, this Friday we'll be posting some links on our Twitch page. I'll be doing a small video to introduce the idea, because on our release stream, the Thursday the 13th, we're going to have our traditional build-off.
Yeah.
And what that is our viewers get to vote for the 2 lists that will duke it out to see which... basically to see the new ships in action.
Yeah.
And we're going to have several lists presented by the commentators and the viewers who'll be joining us in the booth that day, from yourself, from Robin.
I'll be doing list builds as well.
Yes, everyone will be doing list builds. Even Robin will be doing list builds.
Okay, I need to get to work then because because of my house move, I haven't really had access to internet and stuff, and I haven't got much of a way of building things. So
I mean, if you don't want to be in there, we can easily leave that out.
I would rather be left out and join you for commentary.
That's fine by me.
That was my original plan. Anyway.
Essentially, Robin, Chris, Max will all be
and it also
getting...
gives the 3 as well, rather than...
We'll be spreading out their lists and we'll be allowing people to vote on what lists they would like to see go toe-to-toe.
Who knows, it might be Max versus Robin again.
Might be.
That feels like you've got an unboxing rivalry going on here.
It could be we get that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the viewers would like to see. I mean, I guess you could be cheap and say Rebel and have both the Rebel,
Yeah, both. I was thinking that earlier, but there's no reason yeah, you'd rather for me, I would rather say Skurg, Scum, Wookiee Transport, or Rebel. I can see because obviously there's a crossover.
There's a crossover.
Yeah, but for me, if it was me voting on a personal level, which I will happily vote on this because I'm not involved in the vote in any of the participation votes. For me, my vote would go to a Rebel list that didn't have the Skurg in it. Because it then goes, I'm sort of sticking to what was meant to be, rather than saying it's a Scum expansion, but with a Rebel inside it as well. Mm-hmm. If you sort of catch my drift on that one.
Well, BRS, you're in luck. We actually have a very good community here at Athena Games, which meets up on Friday from 7 until 10:30, which they have a regular tournament. It's every Friday. It's $3.75, and you get to join in on that. And there's a great number of players. They're all very welcoming as a community. Every month we have, or every few months we have a League Cup challenge. And of course we have a pre-release, as I mentioned before, on the 22nd and 23rd, which tickets are available for that right now. But if you're just starting, come along to one of our Friday night events and you'll be able to learn up. Or if you want to be if you're a bit of a beginner, we're starting up very soon our Friday afternoon Pokemon, which is intended for more casual players and more beginner players who are not as comfortable with the game. But either way, Friday is your day for Pokemon here at Athena Games.
Yeah. That's sort of more obviously a regular thing. It's like X-Wing is Wednesday.
X-Wing's Wednesday.
Attack Wing is normally alternate Thursdays, correct?
Alternate Thursdays, along with Dice Masters on Thursdays as well.
Yeah.
We have Magic and Pokemon on Fridays. We've got Vanguard on Thursdays. And then we have Board Game Evening on Thursdays as well. We've got loads of events. You can find all of our events by looking at our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Athena Games UK. All one word, Athena Games UK.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm looking at, obviously, thinking back to what we've got coming up. So, like, Wave 11, Wave 12, what might be there.
All right, let's. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes before I have to close down. I have to shut everything off. So, what do we think is going to be in Wave 12? I've got my theories. They're probably wrong, but I've got my theories.
I've had a few theories, and I think you might happily like the first one, the Naboo Starfighter. I've had a few rings of that being.
I approve. I love the idea of that. I don't think it'll happen, but I love it.
And I love the look of the profile of that ship. For me, if they aren't gonna do a fix for the Y-Wing and X-Wing in a side expansion pack, so maybe have a Y-Wing expansion, but it's not in the new film. You would have done that in the last wave when Rogue One came out.
I mean, I think we're definitely going to get Colour and Starfire. We're going to get an A-Wing Mark II. They're going to be the surprise late additions to the wave.
Yeah.
I would love the Naboo Starfire for Rebels. It'll give Rebels a very small, nippy ace craft, and you can have Leia as a pilot. I think.
Obviously, you can have an astromech slot.
It gives you a very cheap small fighter with an astromech slot and a torpedo slot. Actually, kind of is like a cheap X-wing, maybe. Kind of like a halfway point between an X-wing and an A-wing, maybe.
Yeah. I would love to get my hands on one of those.
Option for Scum, we've got the Skip Ray Blast Boat, which is would be a large ship, but it's apparently a very nimble large ship.
You could probably craft that into a small base rather than having it on a large.
You'd be surprised how large it is. If we look at the diagram of its layout, it's got a cargo bay. It's quite large.
Large ship.
It's quite large.
Large ship.
Then again, Skirk, so who knows?
Exactly. You think that's sort of like Wookiee gunship kind of, in that sort of kind of picture size.
And what are we going to do for the TIE intercept? Let's go to Wikipedia, and thanks to Wikipedia for this, let's have a look at the TIE series. So we've got the TIE LN, of course. Right at the bottom here, we have this little thing. So we've got the TIE Defender, we have the Tantum. What about the Oppressor?
I was going to say there was a picture. If you go back, Elliot, there was one of the pictures which actually had a thing of all the TIE series. If you just go back 1 second.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Was that picture there? Was that?
I mean, we could look at this, even though some designs are horrible. I mean, look at that. I mean, okay, TIE Droid maybe, but I don't think...
The TIE Droid is the new... Look at that. That TIE Droid is the same as the new Interceptor.
I just don't know if it's, we'll see. Avenger? Possibly? That was kind of like the next step from the TIE Defender? Or from the... or
TIE Advanced.
Yeah?
It's got a similar sort of profile.
Yeah. The TIE Hunter? I've seen that in the RPG a few times. That could be quite...
I like that. That's really pointy. I do like that.
Yeah, it's got S-foils.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So the Imperial's got hold of an X-Wing. I want a bit of that.
Pretty much.
Call that Raptor.
Yeah, the Raptor. There's the Chiss Clawcraft, which is not Imperial, technically speaking, but you could wrangle it, maybe.
Do you know what that has a feeling of? That has a little bit of like a Star Trek-y kind of...
No.
A little... For me, it is a little bit.
No. What are you talking about, you fool? But we've got the Aggressor coming in, which is fair. The rest are kind of just... TIE variant number 219, really. So I could really only see the Hunter, maybe the Avenger. That's about it. Yeah, X-Wing Alliance ships, the experimental TIEs, which are kind of unmanned drones, but I don't see how you'd make that as effective in the game. I think still either the Avenger, the Chiss Clawcraft, if at a push, or the TIE Hunter.
I do like the TIE Skimmer.
The Skimmer? That's a watercraft, dear. That's not exactly going to be viable, I think.
That's a profile, though. That's why I liked it. It looks...
Yeah, but there's the TIE Crawler. That's not exactly a spacecraft, though. That's a tank.
That's the Mars rover, is what that is.
I mean, some of these... Look at that TIE Star Cruiser. That is... Oh, my goodness.
The Vanguard looks nice, though.
The Vanguard, yeah, but I believe that's more of a scout ship, so you couldn't have it be cheaper than a TIE fighter.
No.
I just don't see much else they could do. They could invent one very easily, but I don't know. I mean, I know everyone's calling out for this. Or, of course, if they want to bow to pressure, and they really want to bow to pressure, they could just go the the Alpha Class XG-1 gunboat. I absolutely hate...
Which looks like the old Lander.
Well,
with guns.
It's basically a Lambda. There's a Shapeways model, just for anyone interested. But it is essentially an assault craft. It's a missile boat, which kind of already treads on the toes of the B-wing. Oh, sorry, the bomber and the.
And also, as a large ship, you torpedo carrier. You think Punisher.
It's actually a small ship. It's a very small one-man craft.
Okay.
It's think of it like a Lambda shuttle shrunk down with a missile pod.
So what? Maybe a 2 agility.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I think there's a reason they didn't go for this, because it's very niche. And
think
also...
about how they'd build that. Think how you would craft that out of plastic.
Well, there's that, and it's also the idea that it doesn't really scream Imperial. I mean, yes, it has shades of the Lambda, but without... Whereas when you see a TIE Fighter, you can instantly tell that is a TIE series of craft.
Yeah.
That's an Imperial ship, whereas this is a bit more of a...
Well, somebody's already done a little card for the
XG1. You got fan content all over the place for this. But yeah, that is it from us, everyone, of us speculating about what Wave 12 could be.
It looks like whatever it is, it's going to be fun. I haven't seen a wave so far that's made me go, yeah.
No, I've yet to find a wave that I dislike.
Yeah, there has been some waves where I've sort of looked at it on paper and gone, I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about that. But then there's always been a few surprises, and that's the nice thing about it. Yeah, you could instantly sort of slag something off and go, this isn't going to work, or this is going to be too overpowered, and then it all comes out in the mash of things, and then you go, okay, this isn't as bad or as naturally as good as we thought.
I think we're going to get another probably 2 or 3, probably another 5 waves out of X-Wing. We're probably going to get until the next film. So, not the Last Jedi, the last film, so the 12th.
So, episode
9. And then, I think after that, we might see FFG push into second edition. Possibly. I don't know if they will. I think the game's starting to get a bit bloated a little bit, but at the same time...
But then, what would you do in second edition? You've already written most of the pilots, most of the cards.
I'm well aware of the logistical issues that could come around with it.
Yeah, you're going to see players drop off an absolute cliff, because I wouldn't want to reinvest.
No, I want to be able to use the ships I've got.
Exactly.
And I agree with Hedge. I want a campaign set.
Yeah, I would like a campaign set.
Yeah. I want
maybe
essentially...
that campaign set buys time, because obviously you got these all little like mini films like the Han Solo and the Boba Fett.
Exactly, like the Corellian conflict. The Corellian conflict breathes so much life into the game of Armada, and I agree. I want to see that for X-Wing.
Yeah.
But that's it from us, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening to us natter on.
Well, I was probably going to say from wherever you may be watching it, because obviously Owen's been watching it from...
Well, yes. Thank you,
Switzerland.
Thank you to all of our international viewers who are watching abroad, whether you be United States or wherever else you may be. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that you've enjoyed listening to us. If you would like to... make sure to leave us a like and a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. If you've not watched us on YouTube, check out our YouTube page. We have some great videos of Magic. We've got a Magic stream coming this weekend. Mm-hmm. We also have, of course, some X-Wing videos. Of course, X-Wing videos. We have plenty of X-Wing videos, a full library for you to enjoy, including one single video which shows you the original absolutely terrible overlay which we used to have.
I must admit, I watched that back when we were preparing for a stream at the end of last year.
It's so funny.
I was like, ooh.
It's so funny watching the evolution of the overlay.
Yeah.
Because even the overlay we have now didn't start out as it was. It has changed over time.
Yeah.
It was so fascinating to watch it back. So yeah, be sure to check us out on YouTube. You can like us, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page, and of course follow us on Twitch if you want alerts for when we'll go online. We always broadcast X-Wing on the first and third Sunday of the month. Wednesday of the month. First and third Wednesday of the month.
And normally tournaments on the first Saturday.
Normally the first Saturday. But you can join us on Saturday the 15th for our store championship.
Yep. You might see us before then, obviously with our potential unboxing stream on the 13th.
Yep. If the unboxing stream goes ahead, it'll be on the 13th of July, which is the Thursday.
So hopefully we'll either see you on the 13th or the 15th, and the 15th is a definite. One thing that is slightly just coming out, just finish on a point of, there's this whole rumour that we're going to get an FFG dropping another FAQ poll on us again.
I'm sure that someone is playing a harmless prank on us.
I don't want that to happen again, and have to call an emergency meeting.
Nor do I, but I'm not looking forward to that either, if that's true. BRS Gaming, the pre-release is for the latest set of a Pokemon called Burning Shadows, and you can play that on the 22nd or 23rd. We have 4 events going across all the weekends. If you want more information, you can find out more on our Facebook page, where we have an event page for that, and also you can buy tickets on our website for that, which I believe it's I think it's £20 a ticket for that event. But,
is that for the whole thing though?
No, that's for an event, but you get like X amount of boosters for that.
Oh, okay.
You get a pre-release pack, which I think has 3 boosters in it.
Okay.
So yeah, you get, and of course you get a tournament as well. So
yeah.
So thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll see you all hopefully next Thursday.
Or definitely next Saturday.
Whatever day it might be, we'll see you all next time. My name's Elliot Baker, and I've been joined by David Lincoln as always. Thank you once again for joining me, David.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Good night, everyone.
Night all.